And there they come. All right. So again, we are doing a non-loaded flexion class. You have foam roller, towel roll, theraband, and Pilates ring. So we're going to start. I'll get you one. So you're going to start on your foam roll.
Thank you.
Towel roll.
I got one, please.
Tailbone at one end. And I'm going to give you a red band.
There we go.
So tailbone at one end and top of the head at the other. To get on, if there's any concern about osteoporosis, then you're sitting on one end, bring your hands back, and just come down. Make sure that your head is supported. And we're just going to start with your arms, bringing them up to the ceiling. So your palms are facing one another. You're going to try and touch the ceiling with the tips of your fingers. And then draw your shoulder blades back down and reach to the ceiling. Bring your shoulder blades back down and reach to the ceiling. And bring them back down and reach to the ceiling. Give yourself a great big hug. Draw your chin down towards your chest. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Switch the arm that's on top. And inhale. And exhale. You're trying to draw that breath into that space between the shoulder blades and the back. So you're really stretching all of the muscles between the ribs down your back. And inhale. And exhale. Take your arms back up over your chest, palms facing one another. Go ahead and let those arms come up over your head as far as is comfortable for you. Inhale here. Notice what happens to your ribs. And exhale, pull the rib cage back down to the hip bones, towards the hip bones, and bring the arms back up. And inhale to take it over the head. Let those ribs do whatever they need to do, only as far as is comfortable on your shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale. Feel how that exhale, at the base of that exhale, it actually begins to bring your arms back up. Now, leave your arms here. Inhale into the back of the ribs. And allow the arms to come up over your head on the exhale. Exhale, bring the rib cage down to the hip bones in the front. And then inhale. Let that float the arms back up. Notice how you inhale and exhale, how it changes the weight of your arms and actually helps you to move your arms. So inhale here. Exhale, draw the rib cage down to the hip bones in the front. Keep that connection. You won't be able to take your arms as high. Take your arms up. Inhale to float them back up. One more time like that. Exhale, rib cage down to the hip bones in the front. And inhale, bring them back up. And place them down by your sides. So on your roll, I want you to knit your whole spine down to the roll. So you can get every single vertebrae down. And that spine gets really, really long. So your tailbone's reaching to one end of that roll. Top of the head is reaching to the other end of that roll. And now rest your spine there so you're not knitting everything down. Just rest it into a place that feels like there's as little muscle energy as possible keeping you there. And that's your neutral spine. So we're going to work out of that. So bring your hands down by your sides and bring your feet hip bone distance and right underneath of your knees. We are going to take your right knee up towards your chest. And I just want you to bring it in and feel how as you take it up and back down to the floor, feel how, especially when you bring it in, it makes your pelvis roll back with just using your right leg. And the pelvis rolls and all of a sudden your lumbar spine is down. And as you come down, it can pull you into a little bit of an anterior tilt. So you're just kind of noticing that you can do this and let the pelvis move. Now on the next one, find that place where you're in that neutral spine. Glue that pelvis right where it's at. Bring your knee up to tabletop. Do not let your pelvis move. And bring it back down. So now you're just trying to roll the femur bone in the socket, back and down, just your right leg. Moving that femur bone in the hip socket without letting the pelvis move. And back down, rest. And your left leg, bring it up and let it fall into your chest. And notice how that pulls your lumbar spine down. And then bring it back down. Notice that if you don't control it, it'll pull you into a little bit of anterior tilt. And you just feel that sacrum rock back and forth on your roll. Into the chest and back down. And into the chest and back down. Now, again, find that nice, comfortable place for your back where you're not knit down and hold it there. So it's not going to go anywhere. Now, can you bring your knee up and not let your pelvis move? So that sacrum stays very steady and heavy on your roll. Use your roll as feedback and information as to what's happening with your pelvis. And down, up, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, last one, exhale up, inhale down, and rest. Now let's go ahead and bring our right knee into the chest, left knee into the chest, and your lumbar spine's all knit down. A little bit of tone in that pelvic floor there. Draw the sits bones close. Keep that spine nice and long. Can you draw your knees into your double chair sit? You only take the knees as far away from you as you can control your lumbar spine. From here, now,
Stays knitted down.
Stays knitted down, yes. Now, little femur arcs here. Your right foot is going to drop towards the floor and bring it back up. Again, only go as far as you can without moving your lumbar spine. So that lumbar spine is going to stay knit down. And down. And up. Two more. Down. And up. And down. And up. Now, taking the leg out to the side. So drop that right leg out to the side only as far as you can and still keep your balance on that roll. This one's tough. And right leg out. Back up. Don't let your opposite leg move. And right leg. And up. And left leg. And up. And right leg. And up. And left leg. And up. Draw those knees into your chest. Flex the feet a little bit. See if you can.
The left leg. I missed the call.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead and up. And see if you can find your balance there. ahead and hands down. Go ahead and put your right foot down, your left foot down. Get those legs a good shake. All right, let's go ahead and take your ring and we'll place it in between the thighs. And we'll start in between the thighs first. So your feet should be hip distance and right underneath of your knees. The ring is in between the thighs. And go ahead and give that ring a squeeze and press the feet into the mat. We're just going to take some nice long breaths here. So let's go ahead and knit the whole spine down on the roll again. Find that length all the way down the spine. And we'll inhale here. And exhale. Exhale more than you think you can. Draw your sits bones close together. Press those feet into the mat. Rib cage gets smaller, 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 smaller. Waist gets small. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Take a break. Is it, oh my aching sacroiliac? Oh my serratus posterior inferior? And exhale, squeeze the ring, press the feet into the floor. Inhale. And exhale, draw the sits bones close. Rib cage gets smaller, smaller, smaller. Exhale, 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 exhale more. And relax. And last one like that. Squeeze the ring. Press the feet down. Inhale. Exhale. Sits bones get closer. Rib cage gets smaller. Spine gets longer. Exhale. 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 Reach one end of the spine to one end of the roll and the other end to the other end. And relax. Take the ring, place it on the outsides of the thighs. So this is the work we missed last week, Carol.
I'm glad. Okay.
Actually, I think this always feels really good to me.
Okay.
All right. So
Outside of the thighs. Okay.
outsides of the thighs, yeah.
Okay.
And your feet, again, are hip bone distance and right underneath of your knees. And you're pulling out on the ring, pressing the feet down into the mat. Take a break. And pull out, press the feet down. Just about a pound of pressure. Keep thinking of lengthening that spine, drawing that chin down a little bit, tongue in the roof of the mouth. Take a break. Last one like that. Pull out, press the feet down. Take a break. And from here, pull out, press down. Let's just do gentle pelvic clocks. So go to 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. You've got that little bit of pressure onto the outside of the ring there. 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And then 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So the right hip goes down. And then the left hip goes down. Right, left. Check your clock. Make sure that you're really going to 3 o'clock, really going to 9 o'clock. You can place your hands right on those hip bones in the front. And one more time, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Go ahead and roll down through that spine, starting at your sternum. So your sternum presses down, rib cage presses down into the roll. Belly button presses down into the roll. Check your abdominal muscles. Make sure they're nice and soft right here at the surface layer. Pull out on that ring. Press the feet down. Squeeze the glutes to roll the hips up. And then rolling it back down. So again, starting at your sternum. Pretend that that spine is a strand of pearls, and you want one pearl at a time to go down onto the roll and one pearl at a time to come up. Pulling out on the ring, press down with the feet. Roll down through that spine to tip the tailbone. Peel it up. At the top, make sure that your knees are reaching over towards your toes. And then roll back down. And rest. So you get a really long, long line here. And pull out, press down, roll down through the spine, tipping that tailbone, peel it up, holding at the top, reaching those knees across the room. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, your neck is relaxed, and pulling out on that ring. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold. Lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold. Out on the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold. And up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold. And rolling it back down, one vertebrae at a time. Really lengthening and mobilizing that spine there. Good. We'll take the ring out from the outsides of the thighs. Take your feet really super wide. And you're going to drop one knee towards the center into a little internal rotation, just stretching that hip. Bring it up. And the left knee into internal rotation. Drop it to the center. And back up. Right knee goes into the center. And back up. Left knee center. Back up. Right knee. Back up. And left knee. Back up. Walk those feet back in. And let's go ahead and come off of your roll and come to sitting. Wait. Put your roll sideways. Now, if you're using a half foam roll, you'll want the roll side down. And you want that roll, when you come back on it, it's going to be on the last of your ribs. I can see you. And be right at the back of your rib cage. Okay. So turn it flat side up. It'll be easier on your spine. Yeah. And then this is where you're going to want it, Carol. Right there. Okay. All right. So here, and then Sissy, you're still doing your normal chest lift. And we're actually not going to move with this one tonight. What you are going to do, plant those feet, get your hands behind the back of your head, pull up on your head like you're trying to lengthen your neck with your hands. Lengthen that spine. Tailbone goes to one side, top of the head to the other. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen. Wrap that waist up. Lengthen. Lengthen. We're just going to hold that. Lengthen. Lengthen. Keep getting longer through that spine. Drop your head back a little bit more, Carol. One long line. And inhale. There you go. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Pull those abdominals down. Exhale. 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 Inhale. And exhale. 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 And inhale. And exhale. Exhale. Grab the backs of your legs here, Carol. But keep your spine really long. That thing's moving on you, isn't it? Oh, no. Yeah, just, I don't want you in any flexion, so come back some. Come back some. Right? Yeah. There you go. Long spine. And rest. Stretch your leg out. Come up.
There's a crash on 95.
What?
There's a crash on 95.
Oh no. Hey guys.
Come in and shut the door.
Come on in.
Sorry.
You guys are fine. So just roll on that. Is it
Niraj.
Niraj?
Yes.
I'm gonna put you right here,
Okay.
and then Vicki, I'm gonna put you right there. All right. So we're gonna come all the way back down. Actually, we're gonna take just a small little break here. Not a problem. I was hoping that you hadn't gotten lost.
No.
I think that has had a lot of fun.
The band, you guys are actually coming in at a good time. We're through part of the warm up. But
Is it just my hamstrings again, or is it?
hospital is coming from your back. All right. So, yes, the bathroom's around the corner over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm good. When I saw you doing that, I'm gonna switch to that.
Yeah, if you want to come off of that roll, as a matter of fact, Carol, I don't want you in that kind of flexion.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just come off the roll here. And then go all the way down on your back and grab your
When we were on the roll,
Black flag.
my hamstrings were like, nope.
All right, so this will be, you can take your mask off. Yes, you can take your mask off.
Take it off.
Woohoo! Take your mask off if you like, yes. So grab your band coming down on your back. You do this band work a little bit different. Mirage, is there Mirage or Mirage?
Mirage
Mirage.
with N.
With an N. Is there anything I need to, I'll tell you what. The deal is this, tonight, I want you to treat your body like a really grumpy toddler, okay? And if you want this toddler to do something without throwing a temper tantrum, you kind of have to coax, okay?
Okay.
So be very gentle with yourself. Coax, don't force, okay? All right, so coming down on your back, take your band and put it right behind the backs of your knees. And you're gonna hold the band on the thumb side of your hand. So your palms are gonna be facing your face and you're holding it on the thumb side. Flex your feet and press the backs of those thighs into the band. Reaching those fingertips up. Keep your elbows nice and high. We'll do, so you can bend your knees there, Vicki. There you go. Press the backs of the thighs away from you into a double chair sit. There you go. Do you feel your abs kick in? Exactly the way they're supposed to. It's a beautiful thing. And bicep curls here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold. Take your palms and flip them to the outside walls and reach them out. So your pinky fingers coming down to the floor. Bring it back up. Out and hold 2. Nice job, guys. Back up. Out and hold 3. How's your neck doing, Vicki?
Good.
4. Back up. 5. Back up. 6. Every lengthen the back of your neck. 7. Press those thighs into the band. 8. Out and hold 9. And out and hold 10. Hold it here. Hold, 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 and rest. Take the band out from out behind the thighs and take it up over your chest. Find that place where your shoulders are very wide on the mat. Your whole spine is knit down. A little bit of pressure into the feet. And we'll take that band out to the side. Try and touch the sides of the room. Bring it back up nice and slow. Out and hold 2. Back up. Out and hold 3. And up. Exhale 4. Back up. Exhale 5. And up. Exhale 6. And up. Exhale 7. And up. Exhale 8. Inhale up. Exhale, 9. Inhale up. Exhale, 10. Hold it here. Stretch your fingers out. Try and touch either wall right here. You should still be able to see your fingertips in your peripheral vision. We'll do a couple of breaths here. So I want you to notice as you fill your rib cage, what happens to your arms. And exhale. Knit the rib cage down to the hip bones in the front. And inhale. And exhale. Notice at the top of the exhale, the arms get nice and light. And inhale. And exhale. Bring it back up over your chest. And roll to your side. And come up to seated. You're just going to sit crisscross applesauce. And band's going to be in your lap. That looks great. And the elbows are in at the sides, palms up. Nice and tall. Think first of all, inhale. As you exhale, rib cage comes to the hip bones in the front, but the back gets very, very long. So you're sitting very tall to the ceiling. And open 1. And in. Open 2. And in. Open 3. And 4, doing okay there, Patty. Open 5, and 6, and good, 7, 8, 9, here we go, open 10, reach way out. Yay, my left shoulder did it. Bring it back in. Open 2, back in. Open 3, back in. Make yourself as wide as you can make yourself. And out. And in. And exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Any of this starts to increase any symptoms in your neck, just take a breath. 8 is just as effective as 10. And rest. All right, let's come up to tall kneeling. And we're going to take that band up over the forehead here. Shoulder blades down the back. Let's do a couple of those. So shoulders up to the ears. And back down. Just get used to that organization right there. And up. And back down. Holding here. Take it out to the side and down. 1. Now keep your shoulders down away from your ears. And out and down 2. Nice long neck. Good. Out and down 3. Back up. Out and down 4. Inhale up. Exhale 6. Back up. 7. Shoulder blades stay down. Good. Okay. Back up. 2 more. Down. And up. Last one. And down. And up. Right here, go ahead and take that band slightly behind the head. Now, if you're all about lots of shoulder flexibility, you can bring it further down, but that may cause a temper tantrum out of your shoulders, so don't do that. Do a little side bend. Turn the head down to the floor and up to the ceiling. And down to the floor and up to the ceiling and back up. And other way. Turn that head down, look up, and down, look up, and down, look up, and back up. Comes back around to the front. Set your band off to the side, clasp those hands behind you, And reach that fist down towards your heels. Go ahead and lift your sternum up to the ceiling a little bit. And rest. All right, stretch out your wrists. We're going to go into some quadruped work. And other wrist. And switch. And switch. Good. And actually, before we do the quadruped work, let's come all the way down on your belly. Everybody's fine without something underneath their belly. If this bothers your back at all to be down like this, you can put something under your belly, and I'll show you how. Just ask if you need it. All right, hands underneath the forehead here. You're going to press your hip bones into the mat. And bring your rib cage to your hip bones in the front. And inhale. Exhale. Lengthen and bring your legs and your forehead and your hands to just a small hover. All about the length here. Good. And back down. And exhale. Press the pelvis into the mat and lengthen to that hover. And back down. And exhale, press and lengthen to that hover. All about those postural muscles that help us stand up. Beautiful, guys. And back down. Good. Go ahead and stretch your arms up over your head as far as is comfortable for your shoulders. Separate your feet mat width. And come down so that your nose is hovering, and you're going to pretend you've got a marble underneath your nose. Press your pelvis into the mat. Roll the marble away until you're up to your ribs. And your hands are pressing down and your legs are pressing down. Lift your right arm and your left leg, keeping pressure into the opposite. And back down. And change. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Bring it down. Press and switch. Bring it down. Keep trying to make the body longer. Reach. Back down. And reach. And down. And left arm, right leg. Make sure you've got pressure into the opposite sides. And switch. Back down. Now come all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Roll that marble away. Come up to the kickstand on the ribs and lift all four limbs. So you should have pressure into your pelvis. Ka-clunk. Pressure into your pelvis. And then kickstand on the front of your rib cage. So keep those hands down for just a second, Vicki. And these bottom ribs down on the mat. Pelvis is pressing into the mat. Belly button is lifting away from the mat. Keep that there. Just start to unweight the hands, but don't pick them up all the way. Find where you can be kickstanded on those ribs and hold yourself up. Yeah, and come all the way down. Good, guys. And from here, let's press back into a child's pose. And walk the hands to one side. And walk the hands to the other side. And back to center. And now we'll go ahead and go into our quadruped work. So hands and knees. All right. Make sure the back of your neck is nice and long. Treat your head as though it's just another vertebrae. From here, we are going to lift our right hand just a ½ inch. Just unweight it. Back down. Lift the left hand just a half an inch. Keep the weight between the two knees the same. Back down. Lift the right hand half an inch. Back down. Lift the left hand half an inch. Back down. Now our crawling thing. So if I was going to actually take a step crawling, I would lift my right knee and bring it forward. So we're going to lift the right knee, bring it slightly forward, and hold there. And back down. Keep thinking about lengthening that spine. Lift the left knee half an inch, bringing it forward some. So if we let it hang down, then we end up having to rock our pelvis. So if we bring it forward, we can keep our pelvis level. And then lift the right knee half an inch, bringing it forward some. Long spine, back down. Lift the left knee half an inch. The waist gets longer, longer, longer. Neck gets longer, and back down. Now, lift the right knee and the left hand like you're going to crawl. Hold it there, and we're going to take some steps. So we'll take a step forward with the crawl, step back. Step forward and back. Little reciprocal motion here. Back, forward, and back, and forward, and back. Bring it to center. Lift the left knee and the right hand, holding that there. Lengthen that spine. Tailbone reaches to one side, top of the head to the other side. And here we go. Take a step forward, back, forward. Beautiful. Back, forward. Go ahead and put it all the way down, Mirage. Shift back on, shift all the way back, shift back. There you go. Shift forward, shift back, shift forward, and back. And then come to center. Sit back onto those heels. Reach out to the front. All right, let's come down on your left side, knees bent. And we're going to put our elbow right underneath the shoulder. Mm-hmm. No, it actually is not hugely. Let's go ahead and stretch our top leg. All right, so you're going to sit down into that shoulder like you're hanging out at the beach. And now lift back up out of that shoulder. Put your hand kind of down that shoulder. Make sure that from the neck down, it's all one line. That your shoulder's not kind of breaking the line up. And then sit down into it and back up. One more time, sit down into that and back up. Now holding that there, press your bottom leg into the mat. Just pressing, pressing. Feel those belly muscles turn on. From here, lift up out of the waist. So Vicki, you're kind of this way. I want you to lift your rib cage up. That's it. Out of that shoulder, way out of it. Now press that leg down. Begin to lift. Again, this is coaxing that toddler. And back down. If you need to leave your hand down, you can. And lift. And back down. Lifting up out of that shoulder. If that shoulder does not like that, simply stay here. Stay lifted out of it. Keep your rib cage lifted and press that bottom knee into the floor without lifting. That's it. Good. I'm going to help you organize a little bit. And switch to the other side, except for Mirage. And now lift the rib cage. There you go. There you go. Turn your head down to that one. Good. And switch sides. All right. So right elbow right underneath the shoulder. Top leg is straight. Bottom leg is bent. And you sit down like you're at the beach. And then lift up out of that shoulder. And down like you're at the beach. You can put your hand there just to see how that's getting organized on the way back up. And inhale as it comes down. Exhale to lift the rib cage. One more time. Inhale to come down. Exhale to lift the rib cage. Holding here, begin to build some pressure into that bottom leg. When you're ready, if you're ready, go ahead and lift the hips up. Otherwise, just put pressure into that bottom leg, but don't lift. Good, nice. And lift, down, and lift, and down. Two more. Lift, and down. Let the rib cage and the hip bring you up off the floor. And back down. And rest. All right. Good. Let's come to something we have not done. So we're going to put our hands behind us. Now, I'm going to let you organize yourself. You're going to bend your knees, put your feet in, and then and actually, Carol, I don't think I want you up on your hands. Go ahead and do yours down here. We'll be fine. You'll do here, okay? All right. So from here, you have 180 options for where to put those hands, okay? So organize where you feel like you're going to get the most benefit, the most work from your shoulder girdle. From here, I want you to lift your sternum up to the ceiling. Begin to press those feet into the mat. Wait for the glutes. Wait for it. Wait for it. You feel it tightening as you go. Once you feel like you've got a good stable base, go ahead and lift that pelvis up. Bring it back down. All right. Now, I want you to think of this as something that opens out the collarbones more than anything else, okay? So, from here, inhale. Exhale, open the collarbones. Lift that sternum, press into the feet, lift the hips. Hold it there. Your sternum, tuck your tailbone. Your sternum is reaching towards your neck or towards your throat. And back down. Good. That looks good, Carol. Does it feel okay? You feeling your glutes kick in? Okay, good. All right, one more like that. Everybody doing okay? Mm-hmm. So lift the sternum. Open the collarbones. Shoulder blades are coming away from your ears. Pressure into the feet and lift. Tuck your tailbone. Hold. 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 And bring it down. Rest. Shake your hands. How we doing? Everybody good? All right. All right. Let's go ahead. Come down all the way down on your side. We're going to do a little bit of spine rotation, and then we're going to do some side-lying side kicks. So you go ahead and just lay your head into your hand on that side. Make sure that your bottom waist is nice and alive, that it's not just sinking into the floor, that you've got it lifted away from the floor. From here, we're going to reach the top arm forward, like you're trying to put your chest on the floor, and then reach it way out and up to the ceiling. Now, act like you just grabbed onto a chain up there, and you're going to roll your chest back to try and put the back of that shoulder on the mat, but the hand is staying on the pulley up there. And then look behind you. Now that pulley is going to pull you back up. So inhale. Let the arm pull you back up. And bring that arm back down to the front. Slide it forward like you're going to try and put your chest on the floor. Reach it up to the ceiling. to come to your side. Grab onto that chain. Roll that shoulder back. Look behind you. This time, go ahead and let go of your chain and let that arm go out to the back behind you. Only as far as is comfortable on your shoulder. And then bring that back up. Grab your chain again and inhale to come back up and place that hand down in front of you. Just in the front to help you balance. You are going to lift your top leg to a hover. Stretch it out. Should be parallel to the floor here. Flex the foot. Place your hand on your hip. That thing that we did at the beginning where we're trying to move the leg without moving the pelvis. You've got your hand on your pelvis so you can monitor. That hip should not shrug up to your waist, nor should it tuck and tilt backwards. The hip stays right where it's at. You're going to bring your leg to the front and then bring it back. Only as far as you can, and keep that pelvis nice and still. Front and back. Now, little hint, as it comes to the front, pretend that you are sending the back of the femur away from you and bring it back. And bring it forward. So the leg's coming forward, but your femur is pressing to the opposite side of the room. Bring it back and bring it forward. Bring it back. Bring it forward. Bring it back. Now, right in the middle. Point that foot. Circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, straighten both legs. Bring them slightly to the front. You can put your hand down if you need it for balance. Otherwise, you can keep your hand there. We are going to slide that foot right up the leg and lift, flex to squeeze it back down and bring it up and to the ceiling. Flex the foot, squeeze back down, bring it up to the ceiling, flex to bring it down. Bring it up and out. Flex to bring it down. Last one. Up, up, flex to bring it down. Now from here, take a nice big inhale. Float both legs off the floor, but keep your waist long. So this is like you're standing on your side. And we're going to beat the inner thighs together. So in, 2, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am all over the place tonight. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. And let's switch to the other side. Let's see, I believe they made a show about that called Saved by the Bell.
I think they remade that show.
Did they?
Recently.
All right, so start bottom leg bent, actually, yeah, and top leg floats up and reaches out to parallel with the floor. Oh, sorry, I forgot the waist, the rib cage stuff. So knees into the chest, go ahead and reach your top arm way far forward like you're trying to put your chest on the floor. And now reach it way out and up. Grab that chain, roll the shoulder back, looking up to the ceiling, then look behind you. Now inhale, let that chain pull your hand back up to the ceiling and bring it back forward. Reach the hand, open it up, grab that chain, pull down, and the back of the shoulder comes down to the mat. You look behind you. Let that arm float out behind you. Bring it back up to the ceiling. Grab that chain. Let it pull you up. And one more time. Reach forward. This time, no chain. Exhale up to the ceiling. Out to the back. only as far as is good for your shoulders. And back up and bring it down. Bottom waist nice and alive. Go ahead and float the top leg. Reach it away from you. Nice and long. So at this position, your hips should be stacked right on top of one another. Flex that foot. Good. Now, as you bring the thigh forward, remember that you're trying to reach your femur bone back. And press back. And flex to bring it forward. Point to bring it back. Flex to bring it forward. Point to bring it back. Flex to bring it forward. Point to bring it back. Flex to bring it forward. Reach that femur bone. And back. Last one. Flex to bring it forward. And point to take it back. Bring it to center. Small circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse the circle. 1. Try to keep that hip still. 3, 4, and 5. Stretch both legs out. Bring them slightly in front of you to the front corner of your mat. Turn your legs out a little bit. Slide that leg. Paint that inner thigh. And up. Flex the foot to bring it all the way back down. And slide it up. Reach it to the ceiling. Flex the foot to bring it down. Good. And slide it up. Reach. Flex to bring it down. Slide it up. Again, that thigh bone is reaching away from you. Bring it down. And last one like that. Up. Flex to bring it down. Now float the legs up. Hand to the floor if you need it. And little heel beats. And 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 4, 5. In. Relax those neck muscles. You can feel it from here, Vicki.
You got me.
And rest. Wow. All right, draw the knees in. So push yourself up to seated. Let's come into our squat position. So you tuck your toes back towards your knees, and you're sitting on your heels. Now this is whatever is most comfortable for you. So you can come here, you can come here, you can come here. This is the most aggressive. And from here, let's go ahead and press back into our squat. Dropping those heels down to the floor. Reach your hands out to the front. From here, let's go ahead and stretch. Separate your feet and bring your elbows to your knees. Nice flat back here. Go ahead and we'll do what's called bottoms up. We're going to take that tailbone up to the ceiling and you look behind you. Nice flat spine here. Down. So you only stretch as far as you can without going into a rounded spine. Mine's kind of crazy, so I don't expect this from everybody. And up, back down, and up, back down. From here, hold that. Begin to unweight the elbows off of your knees very slowly so that that spine has time to figure out how to organize itself. The tailbone is going to one side of the room, the top of the head to the other side of the room. Let the arms drop down. If that feels pretty solid, that looks good. If that feels pretty solid, take your arms up over your head. And from here, arms back down, and let's stand straight up. Good. All right. From here, let's go ahead.
Robin, I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah, we're just about done. So let's go ahead and just very quickly, standing balance on one foot. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yep, good. Vicki, it will be easier off of your mat. Uh-huh. Good, and switch. And rest. All right, give it a good shake. And so we inhale and exhale. Rib cage down, connected to the front. Pelvis gets smaller, waist wraps up. Now from here, put your hands here, Vicki, and inhale into that. So rather than letting it come into, yep. And exhale. Oh, that's really hard. Wrap up, up, grow tall, grow tall. Weight between all four corners of the feet. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, grow taller, taller through the spine. Lift the rib cage down to the hip bones in the front. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Sorry, didn't mean to knock you back. Right there. And now just rest this. There we go. Mm-hmm. Good, shake it out. All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Hope you all enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Robin.
All right.
We got off easy and only did a half hour.